Hai, Assalamualaikum and Salam Sejahtera. Today, let's discuss about a topic which is increase of fine up to 1 million ringgit by the State of Selangor State Assembly as a measure to control the repeated pollution issues in Selangor. Before that, let's get to know about Selangor. Selangor Darul Ihsan is located in the central part of west coast of Peninsular Malaysia and borders Perak to the north, Pahang to the east, and Negeri Sembilan to the south. Sungai Selangor is one of the most important rivers in Selangor. It flows from east of Kuala Kubu Baru to Straits of Malacca, located at south of Kuala Selangor. There are many functions of rivers. One of the common functions of rivers is to supply water as it is continuous water resource. Humans use flowing water as their drinks and foods. Besides, agriculture and aquaculture also need water to irrigate the rice fields and breed, raise and harvest fishes. Thus, rivers can be a habitat for many species of fishes and plants. Aside from that, industrial activities need water, especially in industry of foods and fisheries. Last yet importantly, the water from river are used for our daily usage such as to wash clothes and take shower.
Water pollution occur when harmful substances such as chemicals or microorganisms mix with water, degrading water quality and rendering it toxic to humans or the environment. Chemical and heavy metal from industrial wastewater contaminate waterways. Heavy metals that dispose and industrial waste can accumulate in lakes and rivers, it proving harmful to humans and animals. These contaminants are toxic to aquatic life. It can reducing an organism's lifespan and ability to reproduce.
Factors increase of fine up to Rm 1 million by the State of Selangor State Assembly as a measure to control the repeated pollution issues in Selangor. First, high cost of industrial waste disposal. It seems that small and medium enterprise do pollution because of the high cost demanded by companies contracted to collect their waste. The business facing the prospect of losses have no choice but to resort to cheaper and even illegal means of waste disposal through river. Next, fine is too low. Under the current Section 70 of the Selangor Water Management Authority Luas Enactment, anyone caught polluting the water is liable to a fine not exceeding 100,000 or imprisonment of not more than 3 years or both. The fine is too low because small and medium enterprise make millions ringgit per year, so the company not afraid to make repeated pollution and pay the fine.
Next, since Selangor is a fast-paced city with development and industrialization, there was a large factory that have been developed around Selangor. Many small-scale industries and factories that don't have enough capital and rely on government grants to run their day-to-day business often escape environment regulations and release a large number of waste disposal. The enforcement have a problem in handling this because most of the small industries at these times are growing significantly. Not to forget that big companies are also the biggest contributors in waste disposal. Although they are constantly monitored by the authorities, they still carry out activities that lead to this water pollution. The increasing volume and complexity of waste disposal associated with the modern economy is posing a serious risk to ecosystem and human health. Water pollution are often caused directly due to efficiency in the disposal of waste. Long-term exposure to polluted water can cause chronic health problems, making the issue of industrial pollution into a severe one. It also lowers the quality in surrounding areas, which cause many diseases that can lead to deaths into the society. For example, electronic and chemical waste that have been released to river around Selangor has impacted the sources of clean water residents of Selangor.
What is the effect of water pollution in Selangor? The truth is, water pollution kills. Every year, unsafe water sicken about 1 million people, and low-income communities are disproportionately at risk because their homes are often closest to the most polluting industries. In fact, it caused 1.8 million deaths in 2015, according to a study published in The Lancet. Contaminated water can also make you ill. Diseases spread by unsafe water include cholera, diarrhea, and typhoid are the major cause of illness from contaminated drinking water. Even in wealthy nations, accidental or illegal release from sewage treatment facilities, as well as runoff from farms and urban areas, contribute harmful pathogens to waterways. Children and pregnant women are particularly at risk, as when they are ingest heavy metals such as arsenic and mercury, because pesticide and nitrate fertilizer are getting into our water supplies. This toxin can cause a host of health issues such as cancer, hormone disruption, and altered brain function. Chemicals and heavy metals from industrial and municipal wastewater contaminate waterways as well. These contaminants are toxic to aquatic life, most often reducing an organism's lifespan and ability to reproduce, and make their way up to the food chain as predator eats prey.
Other than that, the other effects of water pollution are low water storage margins. Actually, for a good water storage margin, it is around 15 to 20%. But for now in Selangor, the water storage margin is only 4%. So, basically the water storage margin in Selangor right now is not in a good condition. It is actually a bad news to the people because low water storage margin will result in a wider area affected. For a simple explanation, I will provide you guys an example. The problem of broken pipes is common, but if the margin is large, it is not a troublesome. But why in Selangor, if there is a broken pipe, there is still no water? The reason is because of the lower storage margin, which is 0 or too small. That is the simple explanation that I can give you for the effects of low water storage margin. And last but not least, the development of the state will also be affected if water supply disruptions often occur. For an example, during 2016 to January 2018, a total of 761 new property development applications in Selangor had to be postponed when Syarikat Bekalan Air Selangor (Syabas) could not provide adequate water supply guarantee. According to sources, although the federal government had already allocated huge investment for the water industry restructuring process in Selangor, the state government's delay in completing the agreement, various infrastructure upgrading initiatives continuously such as pipe replacement and water tanks could not be implemented.
Next, there are several actions being taken to prevent water pollution in Selangor. Firstly, state government had deployed drones to catch water polluters. Selangor state government starts deploying drones since last November that are the sort used by the military to catch water polluters. Currently, there are 4 drones that had been bought to monitor lembangan Sungai Selangor and also lembangan Sungai Langat, where pollution often takes place. The 2 million cost drone was managed by Lembaga Urus Air Selangor, LUAS, and the drone also can spot pollution even in the dark. Next, enforcement of better laws to prevent repeated water pollution issue. The Human Rights Commission of Malaysia, Suhakam, has called for an effective enforcement of law including stiffer penalties on perpetrators of water pollution in order to protect the people's right to clean water. This enforcement also will ensure business entities to respect and protect human rights in conduct of their business and activities.
Preventive action or measure that can protect and prevent the pollution are inspect factories along the river. The agencies can apply Environmental Quality Act 1974 and Water Industry Act 2006 with the help of Department of Irrigation and Drain (DID), which is responsible in water management. They also should have role for better legal enforcement. So, by implement fine by increase 500,000 to 1 million is a good move to improve the enactment. The state of Selangor will offer 1,000 reward for people who provide information about people that cause river pollution. Increase the fine will help to punish the industry that never think of the environment. The next point is build barriers. By using water supply from hybrid of river augmented system 600 as a replacement. This system can increase capacity to accommodate water supply. It might incur huge costs, but it is a long-term action that can be taken as there are many houses and businesses were affected. The discount for water bill in Selangor can be switched to pay for monitoring and enforce the river in the states. It will help to give customer better service as the water pollution keep increase this year. The discount giver may make people take advantages and cause river pollution. Last point is educate people. Educate people about environment is not easy, but the Ministry of Education can help to educate people by implement environmental subject in school and university. It is become priority to ensure the resources are preserved.
Life is ultimately about choices, and so is pollution. We can live with sewage-strained beaches, dead rivers, and fish that are too poisonous to eat, or we can work together to keep the environment clean so the plants, animals, and people who depend on it remain healthy. We can take individual action to help reduce water pollution, for example by using environmentally friendly detergent, not pouring oil down drains, reducing pesticide, and so on. We can take community action too by helping out on beach cleans or litter pick to keep our rivers and sea that little bit cleaner. And we can take action as countries and continents to pass laws that will make pollution harder and the world less polluted. Working together, we can make pollution less of a problem and the world a better place.
Action has been taken against the culprit believed to have caused the unscheduled water cuts affecting thousands of households in the Klang Valley as cleaning up efforts continue to rid pollutants from the water source. Selangor Menteri Besar Dato Sri Amiruddin Syari tweeted on Friday that the factory believed to be the cause of the problem has been closed down and impounded. According to the Selayang Municipal Council, the machinery maintenance factory is located in Rawang, which had failed to store oil waste according to conditions set. It had been compounded 60,000 ringgit in the past for the same offence. In the meantime, Amiruddin said work to remove pollutants from the water source continues and being done round the clock to ensure that the water is clean and safe. He added that water was being supplied to residents affected by the water cuts. On Thursday, the Selangor Water Management Authority said an unidentified solvent had made the water source in Sungai Selangor odorous. The pollution resulted in the 4 treatment plants having to halt operations and caused unscheduled water disruptions in 7 districts in Selangor, in addition to Kuala Lumpur.